Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Waukesha.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Summer is here, and your taste buds deserve the best. Carbless is perfect for the pool, the lake, or hanging out by the fire. Full of flavor with 0 sugars, only 100 calories, and made with premium spirits. Don't just settle for something overly carbonated and those flavorless seltzers. Carbless has full flavor with every sip, not just a hint. So when you're ready to take a drink and ready to chill, Carbless is clean, crisp, and won't leave you feeling bloated. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best racers since 1955. Camp on site all weekend, free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. GT World Challenge America is up next August 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Starting morning off with our usual slowdowns on 4145 south of Appleton Avenue, all the way down to about Swan Boulevard, either direction, north or south. You'll be tapping the brakes at various junctures. We also have a smattering of broken down vehicles right now that's popped up in the Mitchell, where 894 meets 94 and 41. So be mindful of those. None of them are in the way of traffic. One does involve a semi, but it's got separators up on the right shoulder, so you should be okay. And checking the Storm Team forecast, mostly sunny, warm, and humid today. There is a chance for some afternoon thunderstorms with a high of 84. It'll be warm tonight with lingering showers and storms and a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Brust and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. What the hell? You guys that live by the lake are soft.
You okay in here?
Why is it so hot in here? How can they sleep like this?
It's only for 3 days. Today's over, then we have tomorrow. We leave on Sunday. It's one day, really.
I mean, you can't handle 77 degrees in the sun? Are you kidding me?
How can they not put the air conditioning on?
They're nuts with temperature.
This bar is right like that.
Who are you talking to right now?
3 of you.
The 3 of us?
I'm pretty sure the 3 of you all live down by the lake.
I haven't said a damn word.
Did you hear me complaining about how nice it was yesterday?
Mrs. Seinfeld, please. I am begging you. Put the air conditioner on.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans, we sit and count. Our chat is stacked just like a mountain. You heard about it, she running.
Every single day at this point, we are celebrating a new milestone/moment when it comes to the Milwaukee Brewers. Last night they win again, 5-4 over the Atlanta Braves. Got a little close towards the end. Swept the Braves. Have now notched 70 wins. The first team in Major League Baseball to hit that milestone. It's the fastest that a Brewers team has ever notched 70 wins. And guys, I think we all have to reconcile the notion that this is the best team in baseball, and this could be the year for the Milwaukee Brewers to get to the World Series. Like, are we all ready? Chew, I saw it. I saw you do the sharp inhale. I saw it. What will it take for you to get on board? We are in August. They have the best record in baseball. Every day something is happening where you're going, this is a pretty good team. Andrew Vaughn continues his hitting streak. It is now up to 12. The day prior, we were talking about how Freddie Peralta was the first pitcher in Major League Baseball to 13 wins. What is it going to take for all of you, like, nervous Nellies to go full-fledged on board, fall in love?
First round of the playoffs, they dominate. Here's the problem, Jen. As Wisconsin fans, we have so many scars, right? So many scars. I mean, Badgers. They have Duke up by how much, Gabe? With
they were up, I believe it was up 8 with 13 minutes to go.
Scar. Tampa Bay Bucks coming into town, NFC Championship game, feeling real good. Scar. San Francisco 49ers, right? Number one in the power rankings and then gap. Scar.
But that's
Milwaukee Bucks, right? Win a championship. We're feeling good. We're going to have 3 in 5 years. Scars. You're saying there's no scars?
There are, but everybody has them. This is what sports are. This is what sports is.
I know.
Turns out, in a 30-team league, how many teams win a championship every year?
One.
One of them.
I know.
So there's 29 other teams experiencing a heartbreak.
From the
Gabe,
standpoint.
how certain were you that he was going to get that math equation right? 50-50?
Honestly, I thought he was going to say, I'm not sure where he was going to go.
Well, actually, there was a day where there were co-champs in college football.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yes.
So
it's just always, I'm a person that always leave myself out.
why do you think that is, though? Let me ask you-
always leave myself out.
Okay, and you're probably talking beyond just sports.
Yes.
We're talking about
I hope
life.
so.
But, like, is it this idea of you don't want to get your heart hurt?
Yes,
If you invest 100% in the Milwaukee Brewers at this point, and they do have an unceremonious early exit, or this stretch that they've been on, which, again, it would be unbelievable, inconceivable, remarkable if they were to continue this clip, by the way. Mm-hmm. Is it that you would be like, I knew I shouldn't have invested. I knew I shouldn't have rode the wave. I knew I shouldn't have. Like, why not? This is so fun.
You know why? Because you can't control it, right?
No.
If I go play golf, and I can't play golf unless there's money on the table, right? Can't.
The whole
It's just
other thing that we
boring.
could,
It's just boring.
unwrap later.
But at the end of the day, I control it. When I played, I control it. I don't have control. So I put that wall up. I'm like, just in case it doesn't happen. I don't know. Is that just me?
I don't think it's just you. I do believe that there is a portion of the fan viewing population, maybe even particularly here in Wisconsin, because of the scar thing that you referenced a few moments ago. But if not now, when? Like, if you're not willing to get on board with a 70-win team in 114 games, 114 is the number, right? That's how many games they've played. Then when will you be willing to ride the wave? When will you be willing to put yourself out there as a sports fan?
That first playoff series, if they dominate, and whether it's the wild card or they get the bye in the next round and they dominate, then I'll be like, all right, I'm feeling really good.
I got breaking news for you, pal.
Yeah.
Like, no matter when you invest, chances are you're going to get your heart broken. Like, this is the highest I have ever known. And maybe there were other years where it got this high. I doubt it. I just don't remember looking back then. But right now, according to Baseball Reference and the models that they have, the Brewers have the highest chance at winning a World Series at 20%, which is incredibly high.
Whoa.
Which is incredibly high. But guess what that means? 80% chance they don't win the World Series, right? Like, chances are you're going to get your heart broken. Who cares? Because I'm sure there were people last year who were guarded last year when they lost to the Mets in the first round and then had that incredible game in Game 2 to tie things up and have the back-to-back homers in Game 3. AmFam Field was in a frenzy I had never seen in that stadium before. Had our hearts broken. Who cares? It happens to everybody. Get on board. This team, this team might break your heart. This team might break your heart, but you're not going to be able to fully enjoy it unless you jump on board.
But part of it is baseball, because if this was the Packers, he'd be like, okay, they didn't win it. That's fine. Because football is fair. If you have a good organization, they're eventually going to win. Baseball's not fair. So it's like, if they don't do it, the Brewers don't do it this year, and it's part of what I've been talking about earlier, like we have to trust this organization, but baseball's not fair. It's just like, if they don't do it this year, it may never happen.
True, all the ways that baseball isn't fair don't affect, in my opinion, the day-to-day anymore. All the ways that baseball is quote-unquote unfair, and I do agree with you from a financial standpoint, is about building the roster and having the assets. The Brewers have shown that the assets they've collected are just as good, if not better, than the collection that the other teams have put out there on the diamond. They just have. They have shown it now. The sample size is large enough that it isn't a fluke.
But going back to Moneyball, we're donors for the rich. Peralta's not going to be here. He ain't going to be here. He's going to go to the Yankees or he's going to go to the Red Sox. Am I right?
Who cares?
I know.
That has nothing to do with 2025. Yeah, chances are Freddie Peralta's not going to be here long term. Who knows if they sign Miz to a long-term deal the way they did with Jackson Chourio? Those are legitimate questions, Chew.
Yeah.
Those are questions I ain't worrying about until we get to November.
I agree. It's just the way I'm wired.
But what could we
same
do?
Thing, but think about it. Think about it, Jude. The same thing happened this past offseason. Traded away Devin Williams. Willie Adames, emotional leader.
Who is not doing well, by the way, with the Yankees.
In the middle of the lineup, walks out the door. Oh, Brewers are cooked. Brewers are done. And now here we are in the middle of something we've never seen them do. Get to 70 victories this fast. To have a 20% chance at winning the World Series, according to Baseball Reference. To have their first 6-0 road trip in 10 years.
I know. You're basically saying I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. Because I was the one that said, trust this organization.
Well, I was going to say that because you have all of the trust in the world in what Matt Arnold and company can do, in what the scouts have done, in what the pitching coaches have done, and the hitting coaches. I mean, goodness sakes, guys.
I know.
The fact that Andrew Vaughn could come over from this poverty franchise that is the White Sox right now, not always, because they got a World Series under their belt, but they are right now, and be lights out, hitting the leather off the ball. Like, this is all unbelievable what Andrew Vaughn is doing. So there's a part of me that thinks, like, this is a collective. This is the pieces they've put together, not just on the field, but obviously the support staff as well. There is something magical happening right now in Milwaukee.
Yes, but Jen, the Packers could go out and get Micah Parsons if they wanted to, right? If they wanted to, they could do it. They could.
No,
they could do it in a heartbeat. Give up 2 first-round picks, pay him his money. The cap will take care of itself. You always said don't worry about the cap. The Brewers cannot go out and get Shohei Ohtani. They can't. Right?
Who cares?
That's why I'm guarded.
But who cares? The part of acquisition is over. It is done.
I know.
The teams have been assembled. We've got a little less than 2 months of baseball left at this point. It's not like the Cubs can go get Shohei Ohtani at this point.
Help me.
I'm trying.
That's what I'm saying.
Would you listen to me, damn it?
Help me.
And I think what we have said is you trust this organization.
I know.
And you don't have to do it blindly anymore. That's the thing. A lot of times you have to blindly trust that what an organization is doing, that what a front office is doing is going to work, fingers crossed. The proof is on the field. The proof is in the record book. The proof is 70 wins this season. And I know we have mentioned, right? Caveat. Brewers have a tough second half of the season. We mentioned that at the All-Star break. How did it match up with the Cubs? Well, the Cubs are clunking their way through, and the Brewers just keep winning. And I told you guys this. I'm watching the game yesterday. It gets a little tight, right? Jose Quintana on the hill. He gives up a run early, but the Brewers respond, as they often do. So when it's 5-4 in the ninth and Trevor McGill is on the hill, I'm not even worried. Not even worried. I said, oh, they're going to win this. They're going to win this.
Which in the end of the day is good.
Which is the flip of how it used to be. Remember when we would say, there it is. They're going to lose this. You're going to lose.
Which is good because it's conditioning, because when you get to the playoffs, you have these type of games.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. That's all I can say.
I don't believe you.
You're smart.
800-990-3776. We are going to, loyal listeners included, convince Chew it is time to be on board, get on board with the Milwaukee Brewers. It's a fun team to watch. He knows that. He's seen games. But this idea of they're going to break my heart is tough for him to overcome. And as I said, Chew, I don't think you're alone in that. I think there are some Brewers fans out there who are hesitant to buy in 100%, who are have trepidation about going all in because in the past, things have fallen short. The team has been, but I will also say this. They've made the playoffs now. Is it 6 out of 7?
6 out of 7.
Like, that to me is the runway.
They've played, and even the one game that they missed, they played 161 relevant games. It came down to the only game that didn't matter was game 162.
So I want people to weigh in on the ESPN Milwaukee Carbless Talk and Text line on the YouTube stream. You can find us on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Tell Chew why it is time to buy in. Give him reasons. It sounds like he needs some logic. We can't just be emotional at this point, right? Our guy needs some logic to buy into the Brewers at this point. 70 wins, my goodness. Guys, I started compiling a list, like with each guy on the team, much like the game notes does, and what they've done most recently. The list is long, man. I mean, Blake Perkins had his first career multi-home run game on Friday. That's still within the last week. Bryce Terang is among national leaders in stolen bases. He had his first career multi-home run game on Sunday. Oh, by the way, also had 4 RBI. Christian Yelich is among league leaders. Last check, he's up over 70 RBI on the season. Joey Ortiz had the 4. Did I already say Joey Ortiz?
You did not. No, he did not.
4 RBI game on Sunday. We obviously talked about Isaac Collins, who's the reigning rookie of the month. He is hitting well over, at this point, 300. Or he hit over 300. It was 321 in the month of July. And, of course, what Andrew Vaughn is doing. Andrew Vaughn's going to get a lot of attention, especially as this hitting streak continues. It is up to 12. He had a grand slam last Tuesday, so just outside of a week ago, 6 RBI for that game. And, of course, we talk about the pitching here for this Milwaukee Brewers team a lot. What else? Let's convince Chew it is time to buy in to the Brew Crew. 800-990-3776. We go out to the phone lines. And Dr. Dave is joining us this morning. I always love a visit from Dr. Dave. Good morning, Dr. Dave. Should Chewy buy in?
Good morning. Chewy should definitely buy in, Jen. If you're not going to buy into this fun Brewers team, when would you buy in? Statistically, they're doing wonderfully. It's baseball. They got to stay healthy, and we none of us control that. But you know, walking around the hospital, walking around the community, everybody's getting energized, and this team is doing it the Brewer way. And yes, as a Wisconsin fan, we are seriously scarred, but that's part of the fun of the sports.
Dr. Dave, appreciate you always for your insight and everything that you do in our community as well. Let's go out to Dan in Sheboygan. He's on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Dan, what do you got?
The Brewers are actually saving the bullpen. They had a game a couple days ago where they went 2 pitchers. Ashby picked up the last 3 innings. Peralta and Quintana, they're actually not abusing the bullpen, and they got the Miz. They dropped in the future books in Vegas in like half after 2 or 3 starts. They haven't had a pitcher like the Miz. They've got a 1-2-3 where they can actually line up and do it the right way. They built their own really good pitching and defense. That's what wins the World Series. They got the right template in place, and they're hungry.
Dan, appreciate the call.
Is that changing you? That flipping you? Making you feel something?
I'm just sitting here wondering how huge it would be if they won the world. It'd be huge.
So remember when the Bucks won the championship?
Yes.
It would be bigger.
bigger.
I agree.
It would be bigger.
Because the Brewers are a state team, and while you have Bucks fans throughout the state, the fan base is concentrated mostly down here in southeastern Wisconsin, right? But the Brewers are beloved throughout the entire state of Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. Let's go out to Colin in Mugwanago. Colin, can you convince Chew it is time?
I think I can. Although I hear Chew in his comparison to football, you want longevity. You want to believe that this organization will be doing what they did this year, next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's definitely time to get behind the team, though I understand Chew's reservations on getting behind the organization because people go chase their paychecks next year. We could lose a lot of pieces to the puzzle. So appreciate the time.
So the Brewers have made the postseason 6 of the last 7 years.
Yeah.
The Packers have also made the postseason in 6 of the last 7 years. Like, they've missed the postseason the same amount of times, and yet, to your point,
I just know what's going to happen.
We look at the Packers completely different. Like, this is a team that's had the same amount of success in the same time frame as the Green Bay Packers.
You guys know me, okay? If I go all in and they lose 3 or 4 in a row, you know what I'm going to do. It's over. It's done.
But that's not the way
it's not.
Here's the fun part, too. And by the way, I just got my numbers wrong. They've made the postseason. They've only made the postseason 5 of the last 6 with Matt LaFleur. They missed the postseason before Matt. So this team's been in the playoffs more in the last 7 years than the Green Bay Packers have. And the fun part is, as well as they're playing right now, Chew, if that 3-game losing streak hits, they still have a cushion. They lead the division by 4 games. Unless the 3-game losing streak comes a week and a half from now against the Cubs in that 5-game series, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
But if they have a 3-game losing streak, they've got a cushion right now over everybody. So they've got a 4-game lead on the Cubs. They are up by 5 on the Phillies. They're up by 4.5 on the Dodgers overall. Like, for that top seed to get home field advantage throughout the National League playoffs.
So if the playoffs were today,
they would get a bye.
And then who would they probably play?
They would play the winner of
the wild card,
the Cubs, and who's the third wild card or the second wild? They would play the winner of the Cubs and
I've got Padres, Mets, on the list here of wild card teams contending.
I mean, that's scary. It's a little scary.
Look, you're going to get to see the Mets this weekend
Yes.
at AmFam Field.
Yeah.
Brewers welcoming them in for a 3-game series. But it isn't just that. I think that you have to take the totality of it. And Chew, you're right. Baseball isn't fair. And the Brewers will have a tough time holding on to some of these players who have performed beyond what the Brewers can hold on to. But right now, they're here.
Yeah, I know.
And right now, they have shown that they are this is the best group. This is the best collective. Even if you think that they are not individually, nobody's sitting here going, give me a comp. Nobody's sitting here going, Blake Perkins is Shohei Ohtani. Again, I know position differences and whatnot, but nobody's sitting here saying that.
Yeah.
But you do have guys who are atop their respective lists as well. We talked about Isaac Collins. He's a front runner for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I know.
And we all thought that The Miz was going to kind of stroll in and nail that one down. 800-990-3776.
I was I've never watched this much Brewers with this much to go in the season. And I think Angie walked in after work and goes, because I was watching a game, she's like, I thought you were a Red Sox fan. And I'm like, not this year.
The front runner
I'll get
coming
back
out.
there, but not this year.
Front runner coming out.
We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We got Jason Wilde coming up to talk a little bit Packers. Obviously, the preseason is underway this weekend. But I am curious, as the show goes on, Gabe, if you have changed your tune on Andrew Vaughn. Not that he can keep up this unbelievable clip the rest of the season, but if he is, in fact, the bat that everybody wanted the Brewers to go out and get, and it just came several weeks before the trade deadline. We'll get into that as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on this morning.
Hey, sports fans, it is that time of the year. Football season, it's here, which means fantasy football is here and coming up on August 20th. Fantasy football draft back as ESPN Wisconsin is going to be taking over the Potawatomi Sportsbook for an exclusive event. You can call us right now to join the Fantasy League. Go head-to-head with us. Joshy's going to be running the team. We're all going to have input, though, and draft your team. We're talking free food, great prizes, full VIP experience, all for fans 21 and up. We've got a lot of spots to give away today, so callers number 4, 6, and 8, 4, 6, and 8, 800-990-3776. You get a spot in the Fantasy Football League August 20th at Potawatomi Sportsbook. 800-990-3776, callers 4, 6, and 8.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Eli Winders. Just a reminder, if you're feeling low, you're not alone. Life can get tough, and we all need a hand sometimes. Don't be afraid to talk to someone, even if it's just to get things off your chest. You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of business. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. You've got people who care about you. Reach out if you need to, and check in on those you care about too. We're all in this together. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
We've got a bit of extra volume right now on 4145 north and south, anywhere between Appleton Avenue and about Highway 100. It's about an extra couple minutes either direction on your ride between Good Hope Road and the zoo this morning. Elsewhere, typical volume for this time of morning. No major incidents on the system, so that's some good news. Traffic is sponsored by the Bud Pavilion's live music every day at the Wisconsin State Fair. There's time to see the most popular local cover bands tonight. Catch the Toys starting at 7:30 inside the Bud Pavilion. And checking the Storm Team forecast, warm, sunny, and humid today. A chance for afternoon storms, a high of 84. Warm tonight with lingering showers and storms and a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 94.5 ESPN.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Want to get 30% stronger in just 8 weeks? Then GNC Amp Whey Bolic is your protein. From America's #1 protein powder brand for building strength, Amp Whey Bolic delivers ultra-pure, fast-digesting whey protein packed with 6.2 grams of leucine for faster gains in muscle growth and recovery. If you want more out of every workout, then settle for nothing less than a premium formula that's third-party tested for over 285 banned substances and proven to get you stronger, faster. Go to your local GNC for Whey Bolic and get ready for gains.
Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of connection. Home to more than 2,200 animals and over 340 species, kids can dig into dinos at the zoo's summer exhibit. At Exploration Dinosaur, presented by Meyer, you'll unearth the past and present and explore prehistoric bones, teeth, and more from mighty dinosaurs like the T-Rex and Triceratops. It's an exciting adventure with life-size dinos and hands-on discoveries. Exploration Dinosaur is open daily now through October 5th. Visit MilwaukeeZoo.org for more information.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that This guy's on the field. He changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
Packers, Jets this weekend in the preseason. For all things green and gold, we go to our guy, Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
I'm great, everybody. How are you?
How are we?
We're great.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I was waiting for the Tony Tiger.
I don't get it.
You know, are you unfamiliar with Frosted Flakes?
Yeah. What does that have to do with?
Man.
So Frosted Flakes, the mascot is a
tiger.
His name is
Tony.
And he says
Grr.
8. There.
Do you remember that now?
Yeah.
It's been a while, though. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. They're
Yeah.
great in over a decade.
I'm more of a Mikey guy, Jason.
Well, that is an
Give it
even
to
more
Mikey.
dated reference.
See, Jason gets it.
Which, yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey switched to Frosted Flakes in the end, though. I don't know if you must have missed that part of the story.
Jace.
Isn't he one of those? Isn't he one of those like urban legends that he like ate Pop Rocks and drank soda and it killed him, which wasn't even true?
Yeah, I do
Pretty
think
sure
I heard
there was
that.
a legend of that.
Yeah, you're right.
Jason,
hard-hitting football now. Yeah,
we are in the season of gush, and it seems like this is Golden, the receiver. There's a lot of gush going on about him.
Uh-huh.
We gushed about Luke Musgrave 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Remember that gush? Heavy gush.
The summer of 2023, yes. Never was compared to Mark Chmura, though, like Tucker Kraft was last year.
Last year was the D-line gush, right?
Oh, yeah. Rashawn Gary.
I'm sitting across from the Gush Brigade right here. Why is this different? Why is Golden different than past gushes?
Yeah, I don't know if he is. I am always leery of the training camp gush. If you listen to the way I talk about Golden, I tiptoe up to the gush line, but I want to make sure that I say, look, he's still a rookie. He has shown a lot of encouraging signs. He has been everything that I went into training camp saying, this is what I want to see from him. But again, there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be rookie mistakes. There was a mistake that he made on running his route toward the end of family night. And if you watched it on TV, you saw LaFleur pull him and Love aside and kind of talk about what Golden needs to do on that route to make sure that they get the clock stopped and that he gets out of bounds and all the other stuff. He looks the part.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. And I have made repeatedly the comp to Greg Jennings, who I'm going to text today because I would be curious if he's seen any of him and if he agrees with that assessment, because he's so smooth. His hands are super strong. Obviously, he's faster than Jennings. Jennings never ran a 4.29. But the thing that draws me to that comp, they're both roughly the same size, too. Well, not anymore because Greg became a bodybuilder. But the thing that makes me make that comp is the way he glides. You know how we love you dearly, Chew.
There was
but when
no
you
gliding
ran,
in my game. What you wanted to say.
Yeah, you were. I mean, it's not that you weren't sufficiently fast.
Yeah.
But it looked like you were working really hard when you ran fast.
I was.
Fair?
Yes,
okay.
Very fair.
Jennings never looked like it was an effort. He just would glide, and that's what I see from Golden. Now there is somebody that I'm going to gush about, and he does play wide receiver. I wrote about him this morning for Channel 3000. I talked about him on the news last night. Romeo Doubs is having a really good camp. I mean, he's catching everything. I mean, he even had where they try to hold on to the number of punts they catch and he had caught 6 already, and the 7th was coming, and he dropped one of the balls he was holding, which disqualified him, and then he just and this is really the big word with the kids nowadays, apparently, is nonchalant. He so nonchalantly just caught the 7th ball with one hand about below his hip as it was about to land. Like, it's like he's got stickum on his hands. I mean, he looks really, really good. And yesterday, Love was effusive. Talk about gushing. You should have heard Love yesterday talking about him. And no pun intended, but I just love where he's at mentally right now. He's playing lights out. Like, Love could not say enough good things about Dobbs. So, again, especially after what happened last year, and I had somebody push back on me saying that I was being flippant about what might have been a mental health episode. Believe me, I am not flippant about that. What I would say, though, is that in the National Football League, where a lot of times they're looking for reasons not to pay you, right? Not to keep you, not to put their trust in you. Like, they don't forget that stuff. And they don't care if it was a mental health episode or whatever it was, or you were just frustrated and you decided not to come to work. However you want to diagnose what he did last year, I went into this season knowing from talking to people in the building that left a mark. And that more likely than not, his best path was going to be to ball out this year so someone else would pay him in March. Now, I also thought, well, maybe he can do things that will reduce the likelihood of that, and maybe he can prove to them that was a blip on the radar, and that's not who he really is. I don't know if he's done that to this point, and I don't think you can do it just in 2 weeks of training camp, but to this point, he has done everything you would want him to do to feel encouraged about where he's at.
Have you had a chance to talk to Romeo about that? I know
I have.
Okay. And what has his mentality been coming into camp?
So I say this, and let me scroll down here because I want to read to you guys because I love to read on the radio, and I know our fans love listening to me read on the radio. But I really struggle with how to describe him in terms of the interactions that I have with him because, again, I don't want to be insensitive. I don't want to be a jerk, but he's a different dude. Okay.
Like Jason, Wayne Simmons different?
Wayne Simmons, but not scary.
Okay. I gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
I wrote, no one who's spent time around Dobbs would dispute that his personality is different than your prototypical wide receiver. He's often withdrawn during media locker room access periods, and yet he is polite and accommodating when reporters ask to speak with him. When he does do interviews, his answers can sometimes catch the listener off guard, like when he was asked a boilerplate question about his goals for this season. I'm going to be real with you. I have no goals going into this year, Dobbs replied. I think this league is a day-to-day league, and there is a process within that, so that's my main focus. Like, again, what player, when you ask them if they have goals, is going to tell you, I have no goals? Like, and if that's what his mentality is, God bless him for being honest with us, right? Yeah. Like, I want you to be honest with me, but it's just he has a different personality. He's a different cat. And for me, then to have what happened last year, he's just introverted. And I was so glad. This is another step in Jordan Love's development as a leader. I love that he came out with that full-throated support of him yesterday, because that, I thought, as a quarterback and as someone who knows the issues that there were between Rodgers and Dobbs, it was a really neat thing to see.
Jason, it sounds like Edgerrin Cooper is raising eyebrows on the other side of the ball. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, the best description I've heard was something that Halfley said to us in the spring. He just eats up the grass. Again, Chewy ate up grass. It just took him longer. I mean, he's just so fast. He gets to places so quickly. Now, sometimes, as we saw last season, he got to the wrong place sometimes, right? But a lot of times he was in the right place. And so I think there's a feeling that he is going to make that jump. But again, it's gush season. And so I don't want to be overly gushy. There was a point, though, the other day when I was at practice that they went with, in their base, they went with Cooper, Quay Walker, and Isaiah Simmons, which that is like athleticism coming out of your ears.
A lot of speed.
So now they have to execute, but that is a fascinating group to put together.
Jason, do you have a Christian Watson update?
I do. I talked to him yesterday, and he's such a smart guy, and he was not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe that some folks were asking about timelines. I don't even bother to ask guys about timelines anymore because they have been coached to not say anything. I don't want to put a timeline on it is like their standard reply. But earlier in camp, he did admit that he's expecting to start the year on PUP, which would be 4 games minimum before he could start practicing. They could open up the practice window. To me, that makes sense. Like he said, he's not full speed cutting yet. He did say that he feels like he's running at full speed in a straight line, but we know how conservative this medical staff is. I know how motivated he is to get back on the field as quickly as possible because he's in a contract year. But that's serving 2 different ends, and I'm curious to see how he balances it because he does. I think he is a perfect example of a guy that he has great qualities and wants to be there for his teammates and does want to be out there for the selfish reasons of his uncertain future. And good medical staffs like Flea, like Doc McKenzie, make sure that they're protecting players from themselves. And I think that's what they have to do with him.
Jason, I think it's fair to say we've seen a side of Matt LaFleur we haven't really seen a lot early in training camp. So this is the weekly Matt LaFleur temperament check-in. What has he been like this week leading into the first preseason game?
Well, with my gout, I haven't been able to see it in person, but I
thought we determined that was misdiagnosed.
It was, but it's funny to say gout as opposed to turf toe or whatever I was going to say. Look, he has not blown his gasket. I think they finally found or maybe it's just because Nate Hobbs isn't practicing, I'm not sure. But I think they've kind of found that zone of be physical, don't hurt your fellow teammates. So my understanding is he has not lost it. I don't know if you got to see him with Kevin Clark. He seemed very much at ease there. But I do think that they feel really good about some of the pieces they have. They definitely have this edict of more physicality, and I think they struggled with that the first 2 weeks because there were a lot of guys that wanted to show them, hey, I can be physical just like you want me to, but sometimes it went over the line.
Jason, I know we'll chat with you again tomorrow, but what should we expect to see from the starters? Have you been given any indication of how they are going to, if we're going to see Love out there? I mean, how much we're going to see the starters and all that stuff this weekend?
Yeah. Jordan talked like he's definitely playing. I don't expect too much, is what he said.
But he played 3 snaps in the preseason last year, Jason, right?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, remember when Rodgers in that one preseason game threw a touchdown on the very first play and those starters were done?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, ideally that's what they do. But again, there's more. I'm a bubble wrap guy. And after what he endured last year, I don't believe that playing, multiple series and multiple games, the juice isn't worth the squeeze to me. But, Zach Taylor's team has started 0-3 last year. If they'd have won one of their first 3, they'd have been in the playoffs. And instead, so Cincinnati's going to play their guys in the first and second preseason games, Zach Taylor said. And I hope for his sake and for, as Mike Sherman's son-in-law, that he doesn't get Jamar Chase or Joe Burrow hurt in a game that doesn't count.
Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
And again, we'll talk to Jason Wilsey tomorrow, maybe get a little more insight into what we can expect from the Packers' game plan against the Jets. I guess we're in it, man. No? Not real football yet, Gabe?
I mean, Jordan Love's going to play a series, and that's probably going to be it.
Will you be able to extrapolate anything from that series?
No.
You're going to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, wish I didn't have to. Well, you're excited to watch Taylor Algersma
Yes, I
throw the ball in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
You're not going to watch past halftime.
Are you giving me till halftime?
I did think that was aggressive by you, Gabe. You mentioned that Jordan might play one series. I think that might be the extent of Chewy's attention span. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on right after this.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, you know what I'm already going to say. The only place to go, it's the Jewelry Center. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. And that reason, the great team they've put together. Whether you stop in Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington, if you have an idea, if you don't have an idea, just go to our Pinterest page. See if there's anything on there. Bring those ideas in, and they're always going to point you in the right direction. Whether you're looking for a naturally mined diamond, a lab-grown diamond, whatever you're in the market for, they're going to have it at the Jewelry Center. Again, stop in Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington, online at shoptjc.com. When you head to the Jewelry Center, tell Dean the Dancing Machine we say hi, and then tell him that Gabe and Chew sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Volume starting to build on 94 East and West between the Zoo and the Marquette this morning, as well as on 894 between the Mitchell and the Hale. 4145 heading south is going to be the real heavy spot. Anywhere from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive is going to be slow. Right now it's an extra 5 minutes on your ride from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down to the Zoo. And volume on 43 heading south from about Hampton down towards the Marquette is going to be a little tight as well. Just an extra couple minutes on your ride into downtown. And checking the Storm Team forecast, watching for chances for thunderstorms later today. Most of the day, though, will be sunny, warm, and humid with a high of 84. Some lingering storms possible tonight. It will be warm with a low down to just 70. Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Get your in-home infrared sauna today. Learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen and visit them at the Wisconsin State Fair Expo Center July 31st through August 10th. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 94.5 ESPN.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Modernizing business technology is critical for a positive impact on efficiency and reducing operating costs. That's exactly what Tri-City National Bank found out when they called on James Imaging Systems. Listen to Bank CIO Robert Prang.
We also went through a large retooling of our print environment, changing from where we had almost 200 printers.
All the way down to just 97 printers. That's managed print services from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed Wisconsin business technology company.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
Robert, would you recommend managed print services from James Imaging Systems?
Yes, in a heartbeat. I would recommend James.
Learn more at jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Step right up and gaze into my crystal ball. I see flashing lights, spinning reels, and a big win. This August, you have a ticket to a cash carnival at Potawatomi. Play with your rewards card and earn entries to win your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Prize drawings every Thursday through August 28th. Your fortune awaits only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
We've all had those moments walking through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair and thought, ooh, that would be nice to have. Hey, this is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy telling you that my purchase of an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas is one of the best things I've ever bought, and it came at the State Fair. I can feel the extra energy and flexibility that I've gained from using my sauna, plus my skin and hair look better than ever. And with the amount that I travel, its detoxification benefits are totally worth it. Visit Good Health Saunas at the Wisconsin State Fair. Full product details are available at goodhealthsaunas.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You want more physical harm beset upon people who are trying to earn a living.
I want winners. If someone has to die in order for us to win, then that's the price you pay.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Good stuff from Jason Wilde just a few moments ago, and if you missed any of it, you can find it on Wisconsin On Demand, our new ESPN Wisconsin app. That's where we aggregate all of Jason's insights for you, the loyal listener. Jordan Love, we've been talking about this, was hanging out with Kevin Clark. Kevin Clark is a very good dude, okay? And he loves NFL football. So it's really been a treat for him to bop around from training camp to training camp and sit with some of the key players in the league, including the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Kevin Clark and Jordan have been dropping these clips on social media. And here is the latest from Jordan Love with Kevin Clark on the This Is Football podcast, reflecting on last season. Take a listen.
Yeah, no, I think from last season, the biggest thing was accuracy. I think there was some just inconsistency with the accuracy and things like that, where balls that, keep you up at night, where it's like, man, I could have easily made this, and it might be just something's wrong with my feet. Maybe I'm not opening up enough, or following through. So just little things. But I think the biggest thing is just I feel like I wasn't creating as many off-schedule plays last season. Obviously I was dealing with some injuries, different things like that, but I think that's a big part of my game that I got to get back into.
Chew, how difficult is it? And Gabe, you can weigh in on this as well, having played baseball at a high level. When you know that there is something, I don't want to say wrong, but just like not as efficient with your mechanics. Trying to simulate those game reps is hard. Mm-hmm. How do you just run through? Look, he can have perfect footwork in some of these drills. He can be out there with his private coach, and they can be doing perfect. But it's the game variable that seems to still be, at least from what we have seen, jamming Jordan up. So what is the best way to fix that going into this season?
Trust your technique. Because things happen in games that you don't expect. Practice is all scripted. You know what's going to be. You know what the coverage is. You know what the front is. But when you get to a game, you don't, right? And it's trusting it. The toughest block I had to make, and it was so hard to trust, and Andy would just try to pound it in my head, is when you have a wide 9, right? A wide 9 is a defensive end on my outside shoulder, and we're running a stretch play, okay? So if you just think of that, you're like, how in the hell are they going to do that, right? But it's hard because you have to trust it, and you don't want to do this as an offensive player, but you actually have to, and Andy would say, lose ground to gain position, right? So you would actually have to retreat, which you don't want to do because you feel like the running back's going to hit you in the back, lose ground to gain position and stay on your track. Well, it's the same for every position. Every position has something that they don't like, and then they have to trust it. That's where he is, right? You have to trust your footwork. When you get flushed and you don't expect it, an O-lineman gets O-laid, right? That's when they fall on their face.
Familiar.
Yeah. You got to trust
Bullfighting.
Trust your slide step, set your feet, throw. A lot of times you just want to, you panic is essentially what you do. And
everything speeds up, yeah.
I've panicked before having a lose ground game position because you're just like, it sounds good on paper, but when you actually get there, it's difficult.
How tough is it So he dealt with the injury last year. By all accounts, he's now healthy this year. So he's had an offseason to kind of try to get over that.
Yeah.
How tough is it, though, now that you're healthy, to be able to trust and do everything that you were able to do before the injury?
It's easier, but it's a lot like baseball. You don't... when I'm playing against the defensive side of the ball, mainly the linebackers and the D end, you look for tells. It's like baseball, right? Pitchers want to hide their pitches. The changeup has to look the same as the fastball, right?
Correct.
Well, it's the same. You're looking for tells. Jordan does the same thing. You know, you look at a linebacker's feet. You look at... It's mostly trust, which is hard to do. It's hard to do because this is a fast game, and a lot of times you don't trust it, and that's when you make mistakes. So he's just got to trust his coaching and trust the process and don't give away any tells that will help the team.
So, Gabe, I guess what I'm thinking of is like, I think about these youth baseball players, that Chasers is buddies with. And if they have something in their swing mechanics that they need to improve, how they will do tee work, and they will just do over and over and over and over, bucket of balls, bucket of balls, bucket of balls. How does Jordan do that? And also, because you can do it perfectly during those drills, but then when you get in the heat of a game or you get in a muddy pocket or whatever it may be, how do you flip that switch of, muscle memory kick in and still do the same thing that I was doing in those drills?
That's where I think it's the toughest thing for a modern quarterback. Because in Chewy's day, they practiced hard. They play. I mean, we're talking about Jordan Love playing a series in the preseason. They played 4 preseason games, and that's what they did in the last one. They would work up. You guys would play the first quarter, then maybe a little bit into the second quarter. Third was always the dress rehearsal. You guys were playing until after halftime because Holmgren wanted those guys to get used to
coming out after.
Yeah. So they would play that first series after halftime. And you can get in a lot of work then because now that's as close to a regular season game as you're going to get. Now, preseason games don't move as fast as regular season games, but it all digresses back from that. Okay, so now he's going to get his work in family night and in these 2 joint practices they're going to have coming up. It's not the same as a game. You're wearing the red jersey. And the only way you can get that is in a game. And I think that almost becomes harder now to trust everything you're talking about when you're getting into a game situation because the only time you're doing it as a quarterback, in most instances, again, some teams play more than the preseason than others, is once the first regular season game hits because so many teams are protective, especially at that position.
It's crazy to think of, and every position has to do it. Some is more, obviously, quarterback's the most intense, but you guys rip on me for being so scheduled. From here, I go to the gym. From there, I go to the grocery store. I'll give you an example. When I leave Fox 2XY hook, my route, I'm number 1 read, it's hook to curl, okay? So when I leave the huddle, you probably have 14 seconds. This is my process. And just imagine it for a quarterback. This is my process. Break the huddle. Okay, what's the front? Okay, 25 front. Am I going to get held up? No. Okay. So who has hook to curl? Right now, I don't know. I have to wait till I see who's cheating where. Okay. So the linebacker widens out a little bit. Safety's deep. Okay. They're probably going to be in some form of 3. Okay. Linebacker widens. And this is all looking in 5 seconds. Oh, okay. Mike linebacker took one more step towards me. Okay. He's got me. Okay. Got to get off the line. Okay. How am I going to ditch him? Okay. So I'm going to attack him to make it think I'm running an over route, and then I'm going to snap it, sit in that little hook to curl area, bang, hits me, 12-yard gain. That's every play. Just imagine it for a quarterback. Okay, Fox 2XY hook. Okay, the front here, who's blitzing here. Okay, play fake. It's play action. Got to get it to good play action to the tailback. Now, are they blitzing? Because now you got to speed it up. You can't be as nonchalant if it's just straight zone. So that's every single play that you have to break down.
Yeah, but then it's once the ball is snapped, how does he get to a point where, and I know it probably sounds like we are harping on the footwork too much, because I have seen on social media people say, but he makes some of the throws with questionable footwork.
And that can be a weapon. It was a weapon for Brett. It was a weapon for Aaron.
Yeah.
But you still saw the fundamental. Like, you can't do it all the time. You can't do it all the time because that's what leads to 60% completion percentage.
It's all predictable because, like I said, the Buck linebacker who's on my outside shoulder widens. So Jordan sees that. He's like, okay, the play action has to speed up, and then I'm probably going to have to step up because he's coming wide, and that's a little bit of a tough block for the tackle. So he knows as it's happening, probably going to step up where if no one's blitzing, I can sit back there, find it, bang. So that's where he is like ahead of his footwork already, knowing that, okay, I'm going to have to step up. I know where my feet have to go.
And what I want to try to nail down here is this. As Jordan tells Kevin Clark that he is pushing at practice to emphasize creating the off-schedule plays, I wonder if those reps, right, where in his mind he's like, I want to help get better at the off-schedule plays, then he isn't thinking about the footwork, which we also know he needs reps in making better, right? So that's where I'm having this conflict of conscience here of like, great, I know we would love to see Jordan pick up more first downs with his feet, and we would love to see him have more success with the off-schedule plays. But that means that he's not getting those reps in the correct footwork, the right footwork, and that will help him with his downfield accuracy. And so it's a little bit of robbing Peter to pay Paul when I hear Jordan Love say that, if I'm being honest, Gabe.
Not for me, because again, Chewy just went in. There's a lot that goes into playing quarterback, and I think you can be working on multiple things at once, like getting that footwork down. And to me, the off-schedule stuff just goes back to him having confidence in the knee. He wasn't running as much last year because he didn't have confidence in the knee, which also means he's probably not trying to get outside the pocket to extend plays where he can run it, or if somebody breaks free, throw it downfield. So to me, we didn't have that last year, that just goes back to the knee, and I feel you're going to see more of that just because he's healthy. And again, whether or not you see this year because they changed their running style with running out of shotgun a little bit more because of Josh Jacobs, but a staple of this offense that Matt LaFleur runs, the Shanahan-McVay offense, is the stretch, boot, play action.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see a little bit more of that once we hit the regular season.
We'll know, and we talked about it this offseason, and I said I believe he's just got to tuck it and run more because every quarterback's doing it now.
Yeah.
We'll know the first game of the year if that's a point of emphasis. Right?
Yeah.
We'll know. We're not going to know in the preseason.
Correct.
But we'll know, which I want to see. Because if he does run the boot, right, and you got a guy, but there's no one accounting for him.
Yeah.
I want to see if he just takes 12-yard game. Perfect. Good. Move the chains. Because they struggled a little bit, I think, on third down last year.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Do you expect to see Jordan Love? And it's hard to nail this down, but basically he is saying that he wants to create more plays, make more off-schedule plays, and use his legs more when things break down. Are you expecting that to actually happen? It is the plan, of course, as he has indicated. Are you expecting to see that more with the Green Bay Packers offense this year? Let us know, 800-990-3776. We'll take a break, roll on right after this.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
It's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $200 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and The Pickler is coming to Menominee Falls with 9 indoor courts and unlimited pickleball play. Leagues, clinics, tournaments, all included. The first tier of founder memberships is sold out, but you can still grab a great deal. $99 a month or $1,049 for a year. Only through the grand opening on August 23rd, with free open play, raffle prizes, and welcome gifts for the first 50 people. Go to pickler.com, hit the Menominee Falls page, and we'll see you on the court.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. When Tri-City National Bank decided to optimize their print output strategy, they needed a resource with the expertise to recommend a solution. CIO Robert Prang.
And James helped us with that analysis of what our print consumption was and what we were doing.
The outcome of the James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services recommendation?
We ended up reducing down to about 97 total printers and copiers from 197.
The impact on your print output?
We eliminated over 500,000 pages a month of output that we figured out we really didn't need.
Month after month, that adds up to savings and value.
Oh, tons of value. Those numbers add up even when it's only a penny or so per page.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You know how many people pick their nose and then put it in their pocket?
No.
Call every day for the past 4 days. She hasn't returned one call.
Was it a scratch? Or a pick?
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What? I don't.
Yes.
That is not a thing.
I guarantee I'm not alone.
No.
I guarantee I'm not alone.
It was a scratch.
Hey, it's me.
Don't you think I know the difference between a pick and a scratch?
If you're picking your nose, you're not putting it in your pocket. You're flicking it. You just took it out of one orifice. You're not putting it in another.
You're telling me you picked your nose and put it in your pocket?
Not anymore, but I used to.
Was there any nostril penetration?
may have been some incidental penetration, but from her angle, she was in no position to make the call.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth.
Brewers enjoying a well-deserved, much-deserved off day today before they start that series against the New York Mets at AmFam Field. One of just 2 off days in the month of August. The second one comes 1 week from today, and then it is a gauntlet. Cincinnati, that 5-game series against the Cubs, San Francisco, Arizona, and they end the month with Toronto. And there has been a lot of folklore surrounding this Brewers team. You know, you think about Pat's pocket pancakes, you think about the power of friendship, you think about some of the other stuff. We saw a hot tub picture on the wall of the dugout. Anybody have any idea what that means?
Not an idea. Zero idea.
Hot tub, and you got a bunch of pitchers who are just hanging out on the top of the just weird stuff, but it's all working. And Pat Murphy is obviously this tough love guy, right? He's not a taskmaster, but he obviously wants things done the right way. He cares about his guys. They obviously have bought in. But here's the thing I didn't know that Pat Murphy was doing. It's an article from The Athletic. And I got to be honest with you, Gabe, you're going to have to explain it to me again, because when you told me that Pat Murphy was handing out checks, I assumed it was an incentive process, right? It was like, oh, you got another hit in the game. Here's a check for X number of dollars. Not the case.
So from this article over at The Athletic featuring, again, a lot on Pat Murphy, a little bit about the Brewers from Andy McCullough. This is something that apparently Murph has been doing for a while, because the Brewers very much have been a team, whether it was Counts in charge, whether it's Murphy in charge, it feels like there's a lot of the whole is greater than the sum of its parts going on. And a lot of that comes down to, hey, you got to do your job. And a lot of that is selfless baseball, right? Like moving runners over, quality at bats. Hey, yeah, maybe you didn't drive in the run, but you got the runner over to third so we can get a sac fly and get this guy in. So I think where a lot of that started, at least for Pat Murphy, when he first came to the Brewers, and I'm pretty sure he's still doing this to this day, he has a check system where this is how you keep everybody and their ego in check. So it's an ego-deflating exercise he calls the check game, which is designed to prevent from people puffing themselves up. So he's got a whiteboard, he keeps the tallies, and if you do something that he feels, is now you're kind of puffing yourself up, try to keep your ego in check, he's going to give you a check. For example, the examples they give in the article, former bullpen coach Steve Carsey, when he referred to Yankees' former teammate Derek Jeter as Jeets, that's a check.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
He called Jeter by a nickname, and Murph was like, nope, your ego's getting too big.
Yep. Check. Exactly. Well, because you don't want to get big at all. Counsell apparently used to bring his glove to the ballpark. That was a check.
His glove?
Yep. You're not a player anymore. You're a manager.
Yeah, but he's not bringing a hockey stick. Like, it's still baseball related.
That was, but you're not using it. What are you using it for as a manager? You're not a manager. You're not a player anymore. You're managing. Check. And then apparently there was one time when former hitting coach Andy Haynes wanted to ask David Stearns, who was then running baseball ops, a question. And everybody was sitting there. And before he asked the question, he goes, hold on. Hey, this is going to be a check. And just let Murphy know, put this check down. I'm asking this question anyway. But this is kind of what he's always done to try to keep everybody in check. Keep the ego in check. You don't want the mark on the whiteboard.
I got a couple more for you, too, that I want to read off here from the article. It says, Murphy maintains the same rigor with the Ivory Tower, the name he has given to Matt Arnold's front office. That's hilarious in and of itself. An Ivory Tower check is when they come swooping in like, hey, why don't you and give me a suggestion? That's a bleeping check.
That's weird. I mean, I don't think you could do it in football.
Because
what if a guy did a commercial? That's a check. No commercials.
Yeah, it'd be a check, I think.
Right?
Keep your ego in check. Well, I think you could do the commercial, but if you come to the ballpark or you in this instance come to the football field bragging about the commercial,
Can I ask you?
That's a check.
Let me ask you a question.
Please.
Is there crap talking in baseball?
A little from time to time, but not really. Not a ton.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen it where it can get fiery, at times. Maybe you see some. It's more about actions in baseball, because really the only time you're that close to someone is when you're on first base or you're at the plate
the catcher
with the catcher.
saying stuff?
No, the catcher's just kind of letting everything,
All right.
And again, if the catcher does say something, it becomes an issue pretty
Chewy's over here picturing the Sandlot. Is that your sister?
Yeah.
That's your sister. She's naked. One other thing that says here is if someone in the scouting department bragged about bird dogging, flame throwing Jacob Mizorowski, that's a check. If someone in the analytics department claimed credit for seeing a path to success with Andrew Vaughn's minor league batted ball data, that's a check. And if anyone crowed about the wisdom of trading a competitive balanced draft pick for Quinn Priester, that is also a check.
But back to the Miz. Is that a check on the scout or is it a check on Miz?
The scout, because the scout is the one like, oh, I'm the one who found Miz. Oh, the
So
guy.
he's just trying to keep guys from puffing up their chest.
I get it. Which is hard.
Yeah, especially when you got 70 wins and you're the best team in baseball.
But is it because they have no Uber superstars?
I think that's what he's going for.
Okay.
Right?
Because,
It feels like that, doesn't he? He's tapping into, we're just a bunch of average Joes, you know, dodgeball reference, and I will make many, many, many of those as the season continues to go on. And he wants them to maintain that mentality.
Just a humble team.
Because, and I've told you guys a bunch of times that certain players get certain treatment. Like Brett and Reggie were A players. They get different treatment.
Mm-hmm.
B players were, obviously, and then C's and D's. Is it because they have no?
I mean, they've got on the pitching
When it comes
staff,
to ego, they have no A players.
correct. And Murph is trying to keep it that way.
Let me ask you a question. If we were to use Murphy's logic and parameters, who amongst us is getting the most checks?
Oh, me. But I'd push the envelope. I'd be like, all right, let's see where the line is. Right? And then I'd fight. I'd be like, that's not a check. That's not a check. Right?
You would do all of these things.
No, I would.
I mean, we've got a whiteboard if you want us to keep,
I think we should bring full-time Will in here on this one. Will, as the guy who kind of parachutes in and parachutes out of our merry band of misfits here, who would get the most checks on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy?
It's definitely Chewy. He definitely brings himself down the most.
Behind that glass right now and wear you out.
That's a check. That's a check.
Check.
That's true. That is a check.
But I think Chewy would gladly wear that check. Again, sometimes you just got to eat the check.
See, I think that's a check on him.
For calling you out after Jen asked him a question?
Yes. It's like the scout, but in reverse logic.
If it's reverse logic, then how is it a check?
Because everyone likes to make fun of me. See, it would have been easier to say you getting the least amount of checks.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I'm trying to find your way out. You're just lost in the maze.
I'd say that that's a check, but it's also self-awareness. So congratulations on that.
I think producer school here is just day one. Rip on Chewy as much as you can. Think about it.
Well,
Ashton.
you think there's producer school?
Is there, Will? Yeah, there is.
No producer school.
Do you have to wear pants to work?
It's a good question. I've actually been wondering that myself, testing
Let me ask you a question.
the fashion
if you
limits.
don't wear pants, is that a check?
I think, if you wear shorts and try to start a trend here.
Gabe, you're wearing shorts.
I'm wearing
aren't you?
shorts, yeah.
I got shorts.
Why are you wearing pants today? It's hot.
Well, I have a desk upstairs, and I don't know how it would look if I was wearing shorts compared to pants in the office.
He's got a desk?
You don't
big
even
time.
have
Is that a check?
No, that's what I'm saying. Bragging about a desk is a check.
It's a check?
Yeah, it's
Sound
definitely
like a check. I think you just earned yourself
It's
a check.
100% a check.
I don't have a
Accountability.
desk.
I don't get what someone's going to look up your shorts? What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, I'm not really concerned about it. I'm not trying to break any fashion barriers here, though. Trying to start any trends.
I think you look good. I'm just saying you might be a little hot.
No, I mean, he's sitting over by, the salespeople and the other office folks who are, not going to be wearing shorts unless they happen to be going to play golf or something with some partners that day.
All right.
But for the most part, I would say, if you're going into an office and conducting business, pants is typically the way to go.
I've never had a real job.
Oh, we're aware.
Yeah.
We're aware.
Ryan McGuanago says, I'm seeing some future check arrogance here. And Ian says, what you're describing sounds like Yelich to a T. He's good. He knows he's good, but he's pretty humble with it, not too braggadocious. I also like this from Matt Arnold in the article. Again, this is on The Athletic, on your Milwaukee Brewers, best record in baseball, fastest team to 70 wins, fastest in franchise history as well. He says, you have a lot of guys in our clubhouse who have been overlooked for a long time. And I do think there is something to that mentality of, these people didn't think I was good enough. These people didn't think I could cut the mustard. These folks didn't give me a shot. And that chip on the shoulder that we talk about so often. The challenge, of course, becomes as time goes on and you have this level of success, and baseball is a long season, how do you maintain that underdog mindset when you have the best record in baseball, Gabe? And it sounds like that's what Murphy is trying to concoct here.
You put the blinders on. The Brewers play baseball a very specific way, and I brought this word up before. It's a selfless way. Like, how many times, a lot of these guys were the best player on their high school team, on their college team. How many times are these guys going to be asked to move a runner over? Hey, you got to make sure you hit that ball to the right side of the infield. We got to get that runner over to third. Hey, you got to give yourself up here. You got to sacrifice bunt. It's a lost art in baseball because a lot of teams, A, moved away from it before, again, the rule changes. And B, because once you get to this level, again, when's the last time a lot of these guys were asked to bunt? I mean, we've seen Yelich lay down a couple of bunts this year. This guy's a former MVP. But, hey, this is what the team needs for us to win games right now.
And Quinn Priester talks about that in the article. Again, I'm going to direct you to it on The Athletic. Keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS. They talk about that a lot. Quinn Priester was told, we want you to focus on pounding your sinker down, trying to generate ground balls, trust the defense behind you. I'm sure there are times when Quinn Priester would like to go out and gas it up. Like, he'd like to show, what he's capable of. But the team needs him, according to this article again, to be that ground ball pitcher. And so that's what he is going to do. And he said that keeping the game simple, keeping it fun, keeping it loose, you realize you're only one play away from doing something really great. What a good mindset.
Yeah.
Again, I think that really encapsulates what this version of the Milwaukee Brewers has been able to do. And, of course, to the tune of a very successful season so far. We will continue talking about your Milwaukee Brewers this morning. They have it off day, start a series up with the Mets, and then of course it's right after the Mets, right? Is that the next series is the Cubs, or do they have one in between?
No, it's the Mets.
They're at
Pirates.
home, and then they go to the Cubs, right?
So home, away, and then the Cubs.
Oh, I didn't realize there was another one in there.
Yeah, so they've got 3 series before they get to the Cubs.
Mets, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, then that 5-game series against the Cubs. We'll take a break, roll on right after this, but before we do, guys, I want to tell you about my friends over at Good Health Saunas. Have you been to the State Fair yet? If you haven't, when you do, make sure you make your way through the Expo Center because Good Health Saunas has a spot there. You will see all of the saunas that they have to offer, and I cannot tell you enough what a benefit having a sauna in my home has been. It's basically maintenance-free. It was easily installed. It comes with a true lifetime warranty. Chewy's buddies were out at the fair last week. They picked up a Good Health sauna. If you visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen, you can get $500 to $800 off your purchase. If you mention Jen when you go to the State Fair, they will help you get a discount as well. So as you're walking through the Expo Center, make sure to swing by Good Health Saunas and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Situation in Sheboygan County looks like a double-digit vehicle pileup on Highway 23. This is east of Plymouth, off the main freeway system, past Highway 57 near Bridgewood Road. That is going to be closed heading east due to a serious pileup crash. We're working to get more information on possible injuries, but if you are in Sheboygan County, heads up, this is a situation ongoing. Elsewhere, heavy volume on 4145 south of Appleton Avenue in Milwaukee County down past Capitol Drive and northbound from Highway 100 up to about Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the Storm Team forecast, chance for storms this evening, a high of 84 today. Storms lingering tonight with a low of 70. Today's forecast, sunny skies and a winning shine at Tsunami Express Car Wash. Get your first car wash free at tsunamiexpress.com just in time for game day. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
So this is going to be, I think, a total win-win. Zach Tom gets the biggest signing bonus. He's going to average $22 million a year. He's locked up for 5 years now.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
But Green Bay showed yesterday why they are a self-sustaining operation and a world-class organization, because they know what the hell they're doing.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an east side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Wow, a bomb by Yelich! Join the crew for an electric matchup when the Brewers host the Mets August 8th through the 10th. The weekend starts with a celebration at Cerveceros Night on Friday the 8th, featuring makers markets, music, and more. Then don't miss an all-new Christian Yelich bobblehead giveaway on Saturday the 9th, courtesy of American Family Insurance. Close out the series with Sunday matinee baseball and a limited edition Jacob Mizorowski t-shirt giveaway. Grab your tickets at brewers.com.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I thought
Salvation
every time
Army.
that they hear their name when it's non-scheduled, that's what they want to hear.
I could hear Ashley laughing in the background.
Am I right or wrong?
He's not wrong. Hey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He is wrong.
On 94.5 ESPN.
In my mind when she's not right there beside me.
This month, you have a ticket to cash at Cash Carnival at Potawatomi. Play with your rewards card. Earn entries to win your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. There are every Thursday drawings through August 28th. Your fortune awaits only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More information on Cash Carnival is available online, potawatomi.com. Must be 21 years old and a rewards member to play.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pine. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Oh my God!
Show me chicken!
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
All right, Gabe, what do we got?
List of 8 things. You and Chew guess back and forth. Once you each get one incorrect, we open up to the fans. 800-990-3776. We were just talking about Pat Murphy. So in the Pat Murphy era, Last 2 seasons of Brewers baseball, I am looking for the 8 players with the most home runs in that stretch.
Okay.
All righty.
One more time.
So the last 2 seasons, which is the Pat Murphy era,
Yeah.
most home runs for the Brewers over the last 2 seasons.
Contreras.
William Contreras, 32 home runs, puts him in a tie for third.
I think Willie last year.
Willie Adames hit 32 home runs, putting him in a tie with William.
Yelly.
Also has 32 home runs. So you guys have knocked out the 3 in the tie for third with 32 dingers.
Again, I'm going based on last year mostly. Churio?
Jackson Churio with the most, tied for first, 38 dingers over the last 2 seasons.
Now it gets tough.
Well, I was going to say Garrett Mitchell. I just don't. I mean, obviously, Garrett Mitchell's been injured for a lot of this year.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else this year? I mean, Andrew Vaughn would be a fun guess. I don't think he's.
No, he's not there.
He's only been with the team for about a month.
La, 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 la. I'm blank.
You got nothing? Jennifer?
I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think of last year's roster as
Who was
well.
first base last year?
I don't have it in front of me.
Was it by committee?
Well, you just assume because you're first
Why are
base,
you
you hit a
looking
lot
at
of
me like that?
hit a lot of home runs.
How soon people forget.
You're such a Richard.
Would that be a check? Would that be a check on me?
That's
Probably.
definitely- that's 2 checks.
Can you reset the list for us, please?
Churio is 1. Then you've got Contreras, Yelich, and Adames, all tied for third.
And
I
what
need
are-
an answer from somebody.
What are their numbers? Can you give me the
38,
numbers?
and the other ones have 32.
Oh, see, I'm guessing Mitchell's around 10. Like, so that
That's
I don't
hard out
I don't know
there.
what the drop off is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's got the most home runs this season?
Christian Yelich.
Great stall tactic.
Yeah, I need
You're
an
doing-
answer from one of you two. Otherwise, I'm
I
booting
told you
both of
I'm out. That's another check mark.
For Gabe or for you?
Maybe for both.
I don't. Garrett Mitchell, I'll throw on there as maybe making the bottom of this list, but I only think he has like 10 in his.
He's got 8.
And that's not.
12th. Tied for 12th.
Oh!
Close.
800-990-3776. In the last 2 seasons, we are looking for the home run leaders for your Milwaukee Brewers. Gabe, reset the list one more time.
All right, so you guys knocked out half of it. Jackson Churio tied for first with 38. And then in a tie for third, Contreras, Yelich, and Willie Adames, all with 32 home runs apiece.
See, the fact that his 8 was 12.
Yeah. Not a big number.
Let's go out to John in Milwaukee. John, you're up first on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Reese Hoskins.
Reese Hoskins.
That's who played first.
Hoskins, and who was also, by the way, played first base for most of this season.
Yeah, but then he got hurt, and now Andrew Vaughn has
He's
been there.
tied for first with Churio with 38
God
home
bless
runs.
America.
The guy has 22 good games, and everyone's like, oh, what about, where's Reese Hoskins? All right, so we have the top 5 in Churio, Hoskins, Contreras, Yelich, and Adames.
Blake Perkins.
Blake Perkins, 9 home runs. He is 11th. One better than Mitchell, but he is not in the top 8.
How many home runs do you think Joey Ortiz has this year? I'm going to take a look at that now that I'm out. And see if I think he might be on the list. 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Need callers to play top 8 at 8. We are looking for the home run leaders in the last 2 seasons for your Milwaukee Brewers.
Again, the top 5, Jackson Churio and Reese Hoskins tied for first with 38 dingers each. And then Contreras, Yelich, and Adames all hitting 32 out of the ballpark over the last 2 seasons. Most impressive for Adames since, all 32 were just last year for Milwaukee.
Yes. Folks weighing in on the Carbless Talk and text line, you have to call in to play Top 8 at 8 here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Let's go out to Bruce in Bayview. You're up next. Can you complete our Top 8 at 8 list, Bruce?
I'm going to guess Bryce Terang.
Bryce Terang is number 8 on the list. He has 15 home runs over the last 2 seasons. So we are just looking for numbers 6 and 7.
Oh, we forgot one.
Well, no, we forgot 2, so.
Yeah, but I should have got this one.
Okay.
Can I have another guess?
You
keep getting them right. You keep guessing. Make it take it.
Jake Bauers.
Jake Bauers, 17 home runs over the last 2 seasons. He is number 7 on the list, leaving just number 6.
Oh, let's see. Rats, I'm running out of options.
I think
here.
it is who I think it is.
You are who you think you are.
Yes.
We let him off the hook.
No matter where you go, there you are.
Need a name.
Eric Haas.
Eric Haas, 7 home runs. He is tied for 13th.
800-990-3776. Let's go out to Amber in Racine. Amber, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our Top 8 at 8 list?
She hung up.
What? Oh, wow.
Just need one more name. As we have 7 of the 8. Churio, Hoskins, Contreras, Yelich, Adames. Need number 6. Bauers, Terang are 7 of the 8.
800-990-3776. I believe the name has been said in this segment. Of course,
By
Gabe,
who? You?
Gabe cannot confirm.
Is that true?
He just said he cannot confirm.
He's been arrogant through this whole list.
Check? Check worthy?
Yes.
What? It's
Because we got 4. 4?
Yeah, you got 4.
Which is good.
Which I would have been fine with until you dip bleeps decided to go
first base.
Who played first base line, which would have been correct, but forgetting that Rhys Hoskins has played first base for the majority of the last 2 seasons for the Brewers. It's just a little disappointing.
It is disappointing. You're right. 100%.
But more
I'll
so
wear it.
for
I'll wear
her
it.
than me,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a check mark. Bless you.
I just said I'd wear it. How is that a check mark?
Well, it's a check mark for him for wanting to throw it on you even more.
Yes.
Oh.
For trying to pile on.
Fair.
Trying to
Dan
throw
in
you under the
Sussex,
bus.
you're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our Top 8 at 8 list?
The name Joey Ortiz. Let's go with
Joey
Joey.
Ortiz is number 6, 18 home runs over the last 2 seasons.
See, never say that it's not valuable to be listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Dan, you're our big winner this morning on Top 8 at 8. That's a good list.
I thought it was Frelick. What did he have?
Frelick is 10 with 10.
Okay.
He's 10th with 10.
And where was Garrett Mitchell on the list?
Garrett Mitchell was 12th.
Oh, that's right. I guessed
That's
him because
good.
I didn't have any more guesses.
That's good. That was good. I'll take a check mark away for that, Gabe, because it was good.
How about this guy over here designating himself the checkmark designator?
You knew
that's
that was
a
going
check.
to happen.
That's a check.
That was you knew that was going to happen. He was going to dive right into that thing.
It's like he gave me a new toy. Of course I'm going to play with it. Yes.
What?
Just figure it out over there.
Wow.
Looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been shaping the future of businesses for 167 years. And for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. We offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making, and extensive experience to help you navigate the ever-changing business landscape with your business in mind. At Fifth Third, they're big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, yet empowered to make local decisions and build strong community connections. Experience the commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Continuing to monitor this multi-vehicle pileup crash in Sheboygan County. This is impacting the eastbound lanes of Highway 23 between Bridgewood and County TT, right in between Plymouth and the Sheboygan Falls area. Multiple injuries, millennia vehicles associated with this. We'll continue following this and bring you more information. Elsewhere in Milwaukee County, 4145 south of Appleton Avenue down to about Capitol Drive will be a bit slow, as will Highway Highway 100 up to Capitol on 4145 North. 94 East from 84th Street through the stadium to 27th will also be a bit slow, an extra 4 minutes on your ride from the zoo to the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the Storm Team forecast, storms possible later today, a high of 84. Warm tonight with a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 94.5 ESPN.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Joint pain makes it hard to enjoy anything when it comes to life, let alone the small things like getting out of bed or walking down a flight of stairs. Whether it be hoping it'll just disappear or feeling like you've tried every other option, let me tell you, you haven't tried them all if you haven't tried QC Kinetics. This is Brad Nortman, and I have to tell you about my experience when I visited QC Kinetics at the Greenfield location. It was incredible to see with my own two eyes all the tools that they have to get you feeling your best and get rid of that pain for the long term. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, and they have cellular therapies that's going to get that pain away for the long term and get you living your best life again. Your pain-free life is waiting for you on the other side of calling QC Kinetics, because there is your free, no-pressure consultation where you can be evaluated, put on a personal plan of pain relief, and be able to tell if you're a good candidate for QC Kinetics. Grab the phone now and call QC Kinetics for that free consultation. Call them today at 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What was a rebound? What did you just say?
Robust.
Robust.
You could say robust. Doesn't robust sound like a nice word of saying just a click below fat?
No, buddy, you're not fat.
Well,
you're
there's
rebound.
Well, Charles Barkley.
There's another
round mound of rebound.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin, they were at my house yesterday. We have a brand new, beautiful front door. I love the way it looks. My wife loves the way it looks. And you should be trusting Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin as well, because when you want that long-lasting comfort and reliability, it is easy to trust Pella. Every piece specifically constructed for you and your home can attest with the new door that we have. It's always designed with innovation, rigorously tested for quality and performance to last for years, and built to create long-term energy savings. If you want to check out Pella, do it while you're at the fair. Through August 10th, stop by Pella's booth at the Expo Center inside the Wisconsin State Fair. And this month, if you order before the month's end, August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
I suppose, to use Gabe's logic, we are still several weeks away from meaningful football. But there will be football on television this weekend nonetheless. Packers start the preseason against the Jets. Freddie Coleman was on Unsportsmanlike yesterday, and they were talking about the NFC North. So, of course, our ears perk up. We want to know what everybody has to say about the NFC North, particularly the guys who will be slinging the pigskin. Here's what Freddie Coleman had to say about Jordan Love and the quarterbacks of that division.
If he's healthy, he's the one quarterback in the NFC North that has the least amount of questions. Here's why I say that.
Ooh.
Caleb Williams has a new offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, and reports out of the Chicago Bears camp that it has not been smooth sailing early on involving that. The Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy is about to be the starting quarterback, has not taken an NFL snap in any game, preseason or regular season, and he's going to do that with Justin Jefferson dealing with a hamstring injury, and he's not going to have Jordan Addison the first 3 games of regular season for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. Then you go to Detroit Lions and Jared Goff, another offensive coordinator that he's going to have, that he's going to not just start over, though it's still his offense. You still want to know what that's going to look like after Ben Johnson called plays, and he's not calling plays. Jordan Love has the offensive system in front of him that he's had now being a third-year starting quarterback with Matt LaFleur in his offense. And Harry's right. If the receivers catch the football and not dropping on him, and he's not trying to hunt for the big bang play all the time, if he's healthy, we've seen what he's been able to do when he's healthy. And he's going to have the least amount of questions, which could be even better for him in 2025 compared to 2024.
I don't understand. Look, I get the McCarthy thing and I get the Caleb Williams thing. I don't understand the Jared Goff thing. I heard him say new offensive coordinator, but Jordan Love and Jared Goff head-to-head, guys, whether you want to admit it or not, it hasn't even been close. Look at the records, 4-2, the Lions over the Packers when these two quarterbacks have been respectively under center. But in every other category, Jared Goff has been better. Are you trying to tell me that those numbers are exclusive to Ben Johnson having been the offensive coordinator? I get continuity. But with Jordan Love coming off that injury, guys, I still think he has more to prove than Jared Goff, who has been a model of consistency in his time in Detroit.
But that reason for the model of consistency might have been Ben Johnson. Because when he got there and Ben Johnson became his OC, Jared Goff took a leap. He took a huge jump. So that is a big question for Jared Goff. Now, ultimately, I think he's going to be fine because being the offensive coordinator of the Lions is just figuring out a way to get the ball in the hands of the speedy weapons that you have, and they've got weapons all over the place. But Jared Goff has significant questions to answer about his level of play and can he sustain that without one of the best offensive coordinators in football. That's the big question that he has.
I mean, calling plays is an art. The only way he'll really slide is if this OC is terrible, because it's the same system. And when you're that age, when you get to be as established as Goff is, because I'll go back to when Brett was in his 8th, 9th year. He always meets with Holmgren. So your quarterback is always meeting to formulate the game plan. What do you like? This is what we did last time we played him. What do you like? So, I mean, it could flop. I don't think it will.
He had career numbers just about across the board yet last year.
Jordan's thing is just consistency. You got to be consistent. And he made a few dumb plays. Remember the pick 6 at the 5-yard line?
Yeah.
He's got to get away with that. Hopefully these receivers are better. Hopefully Golden adds another dimension that they didn't have. Tucker Kraft takes a step. I'm not worried about this team offensively. I'm not. I think they are good enough to win a Super Bowl offensively. I do. Question's at defense. The defense.
So even Jason this morning talking about how the linebackers have been really impressive and they'll be athletic, especially if they go with the guys that he mentioned. It was Edgerrin Cooper and Quay Walker and Isaiah Simmons, right?
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. When we played Tampa Bay, right, they had Hardy Nickerson, they had Derek Brooks, and they had Lonnie Martz. Lonnie was kind of the weaker link of it. But Hardy Nickerson, in his day, and Derek Brooks, Hall of Famer, were fast and unbelievable. The problem when you don't have a good D line and you have linebackers like that, you run downhill. And what I mean downhill, you run between the tackles because then it neutralizes their speed. If you have a hell of a D, which they did, they had Warren Sapp, they had Brad Culpepper, they had a very good D line, so it was kind of tough. It's like You run outside, the linebackers are good. You run downhill, they're pretty stout in the D-line. D-line's a big question mark for me, you know? D-line's a big question
What
mark.
would you need to see from the D-line early in the season, first quarter of the season, if you will, to be like, you know what? It's okay. It's going to work. It's not going to be this porous unit that is.
I need to see them allow the linebackers to make plays, which is you gotta gobble up double teams. You know, you got to keep those offensive linemen on you longer so those guys can run. If they don't, they're going to run downhill. And I'm not going to say they're going to tear it up, but that's kind of what we did against Tampa Bay. We knew we couldn't run outside because they were too damn fast.
So do you agree with Freddie Coleman's assessment? And I want to make sure I get the verbiage right of what Freddie said specifically. Jordan Love is the quarterback with the least amount of questions in the NFC North? I don't know.
It's him and Goff, right? I don't think Caleb Williams is very good. I'm sorry. And I remember.
Why are you apologizing to me?
No, because I remember asking Adam, I'm like, why do they gush over Caleb Williams? I mean, he had question marks at USC.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, he's head and shoulders above everyone else. I'm like, McCarthy, we just don't know. My thing is, I think McCarthy they're going to try to turn into a game manager. Just don't screw it up, right?
Yeah.
Don't do too much. Don't screw it up.
Don't put too much on his plate early.
Sure. Exactly.
Although reports out of Vikings camp are that it is not going swimmingly right now. Like, that's a number of people who have been to camp, who have been watching and talking. And I think they were hoping it would go a little bit better than it has gone.
I'm going to watch that. Do you know what time that game is on? Because I'm more interested in that game. Watching, because they said McCarthy's going to play.
Yeah.
I'll watch the first quarter of that, even.
They play at 3 p.m. Central on Saturday.
So I'll watch that. I want to see what that's like. The problem with Jordan is we've seen it. We've seen how good you can be.
I'm surprised you're not more concerned about the offense.
I'm not.
Given the way things ended last year and losing 3 straight games, and the defense wasn't the issue against the Eagles. They scored 10 points and turned it over 4 times. The Packers had less than 200 yards passing in each of the last 3 games that were the losses.
There was something, Gabe, and I don't know if you guys remember, and I remember stuff like this happening when Tucker Kraft said something to the effect of, something's not right. Do you remember that at the end of the year? He said, and no one dug into it. Something internally was not right there. And I think he was talking about the offense. Whether guys aren't working hard enough, they're not putting in the time. There's something. Because when a player says that, especially publicly, there's something behind the curtain.
If I remember the timing, nobody could really dig into it because I think he said that at locker cleanout.
Oh, it was locker cleanout?
I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong.
Yes.
I think it was locker cleanout is when he mentioned that. So then you've got the 2 months, and it just kind of becomes something that disappears that we talk about for a little bit at the time.
Because we were all expecting so much more out of the receivers last year, and none of them. I was wondering if he was alluding to the fact that, guys, we're not putting the time in. You don't put the time in, this is what happens. You know? So, no, I'm really not, because they upgraded the O-line. They got a hell of a running back.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the skill position's got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right?
And they did not. And did they figure it out last year?
No. But that's always bothered me, what Kraft said.
Okay, so I want to just nail this down again. If Freddie Coleman is using Ben Johnson's departure as a reason or a question mark that Jared Goff has to be responsible for, ostensibly, wouldn't Jordan Love also have to be responsible for the evolution and the growth of the wide receivers? Like, I know it's not on him, and I know that Jared Goff works one-on-one with the offensive coordinator, so you could argue that that directly affects his performance and production. But so does the wide receivers dropping balls. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that Jordan has a direct impact on that happening, but that to me is a question surrounding Jordan Love. Will his wide receivers step up?
But that's not a question on Jordan. Can his receivers step up?
But neither is a new offensive coordinator a question on Jared Goff.
Sure it is.
But if you remember...
Because he only performed well with that offensive coordinator. Can he perform well with the new offensive coordinator who's directly responsible for everything on the offense?
You guys remember what Jordan said earlier in the middle of the season when he did it in the nicest way possible. He says, receivers, you got to create separation. So if you're putting the pieces together, to me, it sounds like the receivers didn't put in the work. No?
Yeah.
I mean, when your quarterback's saying, hey, you got to get open and make it a little easier for me.
Yeah.
That's just my take. That's kind of like reading between the lines.
You know who's been getting separation? What? What are you laughing about?
We got to figure out the bet. It's that simple. And that was a check mark.
What?
That is 4 check marks.
I just asked a question.
No.
All I did was ask a question.
But you knew the answer.
Well, I was just seeing if you knew the answer.
Was that arrogant, Will? No, don't.
Yeah.
Me and him are going to
hash it out after the show.
Yeah.
Have a little conversation.
I'll let it go. It's producer school, I guess. I just got to deal with it.
Once again, there is no producer school. We have enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help with our home projects. As you might know, we can't handle all of the big ones. And when we get in over our head, we call our friends at PCI. Why? Because they are the best when it comes to remodeling projects, home additions, or even building a new home. Mike and Michelle operate a family-owned company. They believe in building relationships and doing exceptional work on your project. Guys, they did our basement. It is one of the best areas of our home. Just gives us that extra space that we needed for everyone to feel comfortable, and they can do the same for you. Learn more about PCI and see their work at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 12th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in August 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango. Bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Do you like your pickles warm or cold?
Want my pickle a little warm.
Warm's good.
It's better than cold.
Cold
You
can
got
be
shrinkage.
good too.
Yeah, well, no,
Cold
shrinkage
can
gets
be good.
involved. It's not great.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Music already?
That's all she wrote.
Chewy's like, why are we still talking? Can I go? Can I
No,
leave?
you got 30 seconds yet, Chew. You got
That's
30
a check
seconds.
mark, and that's a check mark.
30 seconds where you got to sit right there.
I love that Chewy has designated himself Pat Murphy of this unit.
You know what? Wildy and Tausch coming up next.
We're continuing to monitor this multi-vehicle crash and pileup in Sheboygan